Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Show. This is Investing and Trading Live. My name is Josh Lilquist. Today is Friday, November 3rd. Markets continue to be strong like bull. Markets opening up higher than the close on Friday. Same thing it did yesterday. Actually, yesterday we had to open, and it didn't even, the way it looks, actually, it maybe only ticked lower than the opening price, a couple pennies, and that's about it, especially with the S&P 500 ETF SPY. So today we're going to do a market update. We have markets that are 5 straight days in the green, and actually very strong in the green. Markets up roughly about, currently as we speak, almost 6% on the week. Wow, big day. Or I should say big week. So that's what we're going to cover. And we'll do a quick stock analysis. It looks like the economy added 150,000 jobs in October as hiring slowed, which was actually lower than the forecast. They were forecasting 178,000. So that's that. Everything in the red. Employment change went down. The non-farm payroll change went, that was the non-farm payroll, sorry. The unemployment rate went up 0.1%. So that was the news this morning at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. It's currently 8:39 a.m. Central Time. Market's been open for 9 minutes, and market is up. Most major markets, other than IWM, big, up 2.5. We'll look at that when we get there. But market's up at least 0.5%. So as we get started, there is risk in trading and investing. You can and will lose money at one point in your life. This is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Mainly mindful. Hopefully find it entertaining as well. That being said, S&P 500, 433.48 as we speak. Up 0.64% on the day. Gapping straight up. Had a monster of a day yesterday. Gapping up and barely ticking below the opening price. Opening right around 426.70 or so, 50 or so. Ending at 430.64, gapping up to 433.43 now, since market is open and moving. That is your S&P 500 SPY. Dow Jones Industrial Average 339.89, gapping up but showing a little bit of weakness on the day. It's down on the day from the opening price, but same as yesterday. Monster day yesterday, and gapping up today as well. We will see what happens. We are coming into a pivot point on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. And we got probably a day or two until we get to the S&P 500 pivot. Dow Jones up 0.46% on the day as we speak. QQQ, which is the NASDAQ, same story, gapping up. Monster of a day yesterday. Not as much the way it looks, but it gapped a little higher. Currently at 365.09, up 0.46% on the day. Gapping up and strength as we get out of the open. IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF, currently up 2.6% on the day. This current market on the week up almost 7% on the week. Big week for the IWM Russell shares, Russell ETF. Same story, gapping up yesterday, closing almost at the high. This had a few pennies of downward action at one point during the day yesterday, but closing very, very strong on the day, and opening today roughly around 172.70 or so. Doesn't even look like it traded a penny below, and we are currently at the high of the day, currently at 8:42 now in the AM Central Time. Almost all of the ETFs that are in my watch list, about 10 or 12 of them, 12, 13 of them, other than oil and XLE, are all in the green. IYR, which is the real estate ETF, is up 2.8%. Esports, I like this one, up 2.25%. This looks just like the stock market, actually, gapping up the last couple days, and it looks just like the IWM, actually, the Russell. Silver ETF up 1.87%. Gold ETF up 0.63%. So your commodities are looking good. Your volatility index is slowing, the VIX. Currently down 2% on the day. So volatility, the fear gauge, is going back down. Not as much fear in the market. Let's go look at the dollar, since that's an inverse typically. Currently, dollar is down almost 1%, 0.9%. Big drop, or 0.9% on the day. Big drop on the dollar today. We have come out, okay, this is important here. We have come out of our range that it's been ranging at since September 25th or so to the downside. So that being said, we do have a couple slight demand zones. Nothing that really jumps out at you. So this could show and bring. And that's, the news is from Newswire's U.S. dollar falls after weaker than expected jobs data. Market talk. U.S. dollar falls after weaker than market job data. Global stocks jump and dollar slumps as weak U.S. job data. Okay. Job data was the answer, is what they're saying. And who is they? Who knows? All right, so we're down. We're out of that range now. So we'll see what happens when it gets down to the 105 even area. We're at 105.20 as we speak on the U.S. dollar index, which is the DXY. So that's your major market update with the dollar and ETFs. Let's go to the spot price on gold and silver. Gold currently at $1,998.06, up 0.66% on the day. Still has not broke that supply zone. Interesting to see what happens with that one. We are up from our demand zone now about 10%. So for those that got into that gold trade we talked about in the Discord a while back, check the archives. We are at that supply zone again. So we'll see what happens as we get in it again, and if that'll push it back down or if that's just a hesitation area. All right. That's your gold market. Silver, currently at $23.26. Up 2.24%. That's your spot price. So that creeping up there as well. That's your gold and silver markets. Bitcoin down 1.37%. Still in that little range for the past, let's call it, since the Monday, the 24th of October. And we will go look at HNT because I like HNT. Currently at 155, up a little bit on the day, last couple of days actually. So we still have that little trend line that it's hovering right above and slowly going up. It's up about 11% since September 12th. That being said, it's a very slow climb. It's like that climb from The Price is Right. Yodi, 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 yodi. All right, currencies. Euro dollar currently back into that supply zone, and we will see if it'll push it back down. Aussie New Zealand currently lower from the supply zone, about 54 pips. Let's look at our pound dollar. Our pound dollar short bias, not to our entry point yet. Aussie dollar. That trade closed out. Small loss on that one. New Zealand, short bias. This one here, almost to our, actually, in our zone. We will mark that out in a second. So in our zone as a short bias. All right, BHG, $7.35, up 3.23% on the day. NVIDIA up 1.5%. Turtle Beach back down to $8.72 after the big drop for the past couple months here from $12 to $8, but currently up 3.44% on the day. Apple down 1% on the day. Apple, I think, had good earnings, but it was lower than expected. I think they raised or lowered the expectations. Let's see what happened here. My computer's froze, and here we go. Surprise. Oh, yeah, it's actually good. Yeah, everything was good. But, yeah. earnings was good, but it was down on from their estimate the way it looks. Anyway, Tesla's up 2.4%, 2.7%. Meta's up 1.7%. Airbnb up 5.4%. Google up 1%. Snapchat up 2.6%. Other notables, Carvana up 6% of the day. Ooh, way to go, Carvana. Coming right off of that demand zone. Oofta. That is textbook right there. Where there's a demand zone on daily chart from 26.48 down to 23.18. So for those of you that trade Carvana, it went right off the supply, back up at 55, all the way down to 25. It's textbook right there. Congrats to those who got into that trade. That would have been a good options trade a while back, but the play was about 3 days ago. 3 days too late. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Other notables, got several stocks that are up 2%. Target still looking great. Great options opportunity that we did about a while back. It's probably, quite frankly, could have did it again. Schwab is up 2.6. And rounding out the stocks, any other major notable? Yeah, many are up 2, 3, 4%. Upstart is up 9%. Nike up 1%, up above $1.06. So some good movement. Oh, now up into a supply zone with Nike again. We'll see if that supply zone actually holds again. It held once for almost a 3-to-1, and we'll see if it holds again on Nike. Currently, Elf Beauty coming down from our supply zone again. It touched it twice. We'll hit our target once already, and see if it goes further. Had good earnings the other day. That's why it bounced back up. All right, that being said, that's your market update for Friday. We will do another update probably tomorrow or late tonight and do a market recap since the market will be closing today. And it's going to be the same story. Markets are resilient. Markets have soared to highs of the last week or so, and there's really 5 straight days unless we see something catastrophic by the end of the day. That being said, as always, collect your profits when they're given to you. Protect your losses, keeping them small. Until next time, retire young, my friends.